Hello students, let's learn about how nutrition is carried out in humans. Humans follow heterotrophic mode of nutrition in which human or any animal will first absorb their food, intake their food and then digest it in their body. For this, human contains digestive system which is also called alimentary canal. In this alimentary canal, we have different organs which works together to digest our food. This system comprises all the organs from mouth to the anus, and in this process different glands also help to digest our food. This process mainly consists of five main steps: ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation and egestion. First comes into our mouth. First function is to crush the food with the help of teeth. It will mix the food with the help of tongue with the saliva, and saliva contains salivary amylase which break down the starch into simpler form, which is maltose. So we can say that the digestion of any food will start from our mouth, specifically for starch. Food is crushed. It will go into the food pipe, which is also called esophagus. In this esophagus, there is no digestion takes place, but it carries the food from mouth to the stomach. In this wave-like rhythmic movement help the food to pass from mouth to the stomach. It is called peristalsis or simply peristaltic movement. In this, the crushed food, which is semi-solid, is called bolus. So the movement of food is called the bolus movement. When the food reaches to our stomach, there is one stomach sphincter which allows the food to pass only in single direction. When food comes into the stomach, stomach contains three different substances which are hydrochloric acid, whose function is to provide acidic medium for the activation of pepsin. Also, if there is any germ in our food, any bacteria, fungus, anything, then this HCl will kill those germs. Pepsin is the enzyme which is secreted by the stomach lining which acts on protein. After the breakdown of protein, it will be converted into simpler form which are peptones and peptides. For the protection of our stomach lining from this hydrochloric acid, we have a sticky substance which is called mucus. So the function of mucus to protect our stomach lining from the action of HCl. After 3 to 4 hours of mixing and grinding and partial digestion of protein, the semi-digested food comes into the small intestine. Small intestine secretes intestinal juices which will ensure complete digestion of our food. In this small intestine, other secretion from liver and pancreas also release. Liver secretes bile juice which is alkaline in nature. Liver is the largest gland present in our body and it helps in the digestion process. Point to be noted which is liver does not digest but it helps in the digestion process because bile juice contains bile salt which will emulsify the fat, which means the breakdown of bigger fat molecules into smaller fat droplets. It is very essential to break these big molecules into smaller because pancreatic enzymes, specifically lipase, acts on the digestion of fat but it cannot directly digest bigger fat molecules. So, the activation or the action of pancreas requires the amount of bile juice and bile salt. Pancreas secretes three different enzymes in pancreatic juice which are trypsin, lipase and pancreatic amylase. Pancreatic amylase basically work on starch. As we know that in the mouth there is only partial digestion of starch, so to complete that pancreatic amylase helps and convert all the starch into glucose. Trypsin helps the protein molecule to convert it into amino acid which are the simplest form of proteins. The lipase works on fat, emulsified fat and convert it into fatty acid plus glycerol. So we can say that in the small intestine, liver, pancreas and intestinal juices ensure that all the molecules are converted into simplest form. The simplest form of carbohydrate is glucose, the simplest form of protein is amino acid and the simple form of fat are fatty acid plus glycerol. After the digestion, Villi, which are the finger-like projections present on the surface of small intestine, will absorb these nutrients. The structure of villi is very helpful because they increase the surface area of small intestine and they are surrounded by large number of blood capillaries, in which nutrients from the small intestine will go into the blood, and from the blood it will be assimilated or transported throughout the body wherever it is required. Once the digestion and absorption is complete, the undigested material will go into the large intestine. In large intestine, the water will be absorbed through the help of villi and go into the blood. This blood will transfer this water to the kidney and filtration will occur. The waste material without the water will be stored in the rectum part of the large intestine for temporary period, and then it will be egested out of the body. Egestion takes place through anus. The key points in these topics are digestion will start in the mouth and it will end in small intestine. Glands which help in the digestion process are salivary gland, liver, and pancreas. The non-digestive parts of the digestive tract are esophagus and large intestine. Because we know that in esophagus there is no digestion will take place, only the movement or peristaltic movement takes place. In large intestine there will be storage and absorption of blood, but no digestion takes place. Have a look at this flowchart and comment if any doubt.